Welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss one more example problem where we do the titrations between weak acid and a strong base. So in this example, we are titrating weak acid, which is acetic acid, with a strong base, which is sodium hydroxide. And whenever they gave a problem, so we're going to write down the information they gave us. So here we need to calculate the pH for this titration when after we add, the first condition is after we add 10 milliliters of base, which is sodium hydroxide. And the second case would be 20 after adding 25 milliliters of base. And the third one is 35 milliliters of base. So now what I do is I will write down the information they gave us. So regarding acetic acid, so that is CH3COOH. So regarding acetic acid, they told us the concentration is 0.10 molar, and we took 50 milliliters of that. So you take that in a flask, and then we're doing the titration with the sodium hydroxide of concentration 0.240 molar. So for sodium hydroxide, this is 0.240 molar. And also in the problem here, they did not give you, but they will be given the Ka value for acetic acid. The Ka value for acetic acid is 1.8 10 to the negative 5. And then once you find out the pKa value for this, that will be 4.74. We've been seeing this number from past examples. And okay, so this is the problem. And also the information they'll give you is the acetate ion Ka value. So acetate ion is nothing but, I can write it down here. It's easier for us. Okay, the CH3COO minus information, which is the Kb value for this. Kb for that is given as 5.6 10 to the negative 10. So this is all the information they gave us. And now we need to find out what is the pH of the solution after we add 10 milliliters of base. And okay, let's write down the first condition, the first problem. After adding 10 milliliters of base, which is nothing but sodium hydroxide. And if you remember, when in this problem, we need to calculate the moles. We already did it. We use millimoles, and we need to calculate that first before we set up the equation and all that. So if you take the acetic acid, we can calculate how many millimoles we are starting with. So we have 50 milliliters of concentration 0.120. So you can just write it down as 1.120 millimoles over milliliters. And I hope you know why I'm doing this, because I use the formula, the molarity is equals number of moles over volume in liters. So I use the same formula, but I rearranged this one so that I can calculate the number of moles. So number of moles is molarity times volume, right? So this is the molarity times this is the volume, but I converted that into milliliters for our convenience. So milliliters get canceled. So we are using 6.0 millimoles of acetic acid. So that's the acid information. Okay, so how much base we are adding? We are adding 10 milliliters of base, and the concentration of the base is 0.240. So now I will do the calculations for the base. We have 10 milliliters of the concentration 0.240 millimoles over 1 ml. And that gives you 2.4 millimoles. Okay, now we know the information in terms of moles. So you take 6 millimoles of acid, and you're adding 2.4 millimoles of the base. So the reaction that we have to write is CH3 COOH. Here we are adding base. That's why acetic acid will react with that OH minus. So this is aqueous, aqueous, and that gives us water, pure liquid, and then this is acetate ion CH3COO minus aqueous. Okay, now we're going to write down two conditions. Like one is upon addition of, I'm sorry, upon addition of OH minus, and this is below. We write the concentrations upon addition of OH minus, and here we're going to write down after OH minus is consumed. OH minus consumed. Okay, so now the concentrations are initially acid concentration, like acid moles, you would say. We have like 6.0 millimoles acid we take, and then we are adding 2.4 of base. And this is upon adding, at that time, the concentration of CH3COO minus is 0. And now after OH minus is consumed by the acid, now the concentrations are, so after this is consumed, after OH minus is consumed by the acid, so some of the acid will be converted into acetate ion. So here we have to do 6.0 minus 2.4, which is 3.6. And this is consumed, so it becomes 0. And here, this is like 1-to-1 relation, right? So every 1 mole of acid will take 1 mole of base. So here you have 2.4 moles of base. It will react with 2.4 from here. So it will be producing 2.4 millimoles of the acetate ion. So now we know the concentrations of the conjugate base, weak acid, and everything. Now we can write down our Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, which is pH is equals pKa plus log conjugate base over weak acid. And pKa value is 4.74 plus log the concentration of the conjugate base is 2.4 divided by weak acid is 3.6. And this will be 4.74 minus 0.18. That gives you 4.56. So this is the answer for after adding 10 ml of sodium hydroxide to this. So now we're going to solve the second problem. Let's look into the second problem, which is after adding 25 milliliters of the base. So I'm going to write down this one as B. We are adding this time 25 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. So initially, like we added, the first problem involves like after adding 10 ml of sodium hydroxide, what is the pH? We found that. And now we are adding 25 milliliters, and we need to see like while adding this base, if you remember, it will reach an equivalence point where all the acid will be neutralized with the base, right? So we need to check how many moles of this base is going to be if we add 25 milliliters, like we did in our previous problem. Okay. And we know all the information regarding the base. All right, so we have 25 milliliters of sodium hydroxide of concentration 0.240 millimoles in 1 ml. So when you multiply 25 times 2.240, it becomes 6.0 millimoles. And in our previous calculations, we saw that we started with 50 milliliters of the acid, correct? 50 milliliters of, you can use just 1 0. That's fine. Okay, so this is regarding the acid. We have in a flask 50 milliliters of acid, and this number of moles is 6.0 millimoles. We did it in our previous problem. So that means like we are adding, when you add 25 milliliters, that is equals to 6 millimoles. So those are equal in number of moles, so 1-to-1 ratio. That means this acid will be, this is the equivalence point where the number of moles of acid equals to number of moles of base. So at the equivalence point, all the acid, let's say this CH3COOH, after adding the base, it will be completely converted into CH3COONA, sodium acetate. So I'm not giving you too much information here, you'll be confused. So in this scenario, what you have to do is, again, this CH3COONA will break down. It will go under the hydrolysis process, and then you will be looking at the reaction between the acetate ions with water gives CH3COOH plus OH minus. I mean, you can do, I'll just follow this equation as they gave us. Okay, OH minus plus CH3COOH. So this is aqueous, pure liquid, aqueous, aqueous. So now we need to build our ice table like we did before. To build the ice table, we don't know the concentration of CH3COO minus, right? Acetate ion, which is nothing but this CH3COONA that is formed. Here, after adding your 25 milliliters, the total volume will become 75 milliliters because you have, okay, so you have 50 milliliters initial volume of the acid, and then 25 milliliters you are adding to that acid. Total volume is 75 milliliters. You know the number of moles, which is 6.0 millimoles. And then the total volume is 75. You can calculate the concentration. So concentration is nothing but moles. Number of moles is volume in liters. So here we're taking millimoles and the milliliters. 6.0 millimoles in 75 milliliters. That's the total volume. And now this will give you the concentration of 0.0800. So that is the concentration of the acetate ion initial, which is nothing but sodium acetate. So you take it as CH3COO minus concentration. So this is 0.0800. And the water we do not consider in the ice table. And the initially OH minus will be 0, CH3OH 0. Then change in the concentration, minus X here, plus X, plus X. And then adding these together, you get minus X, plus X, and then plus X. Now, the next step is going to be the same. Since this is forming the base, right? So we are looking into Kb value. So Kb is nothing but the concentration of the products divided by concentration of the reactants. And you have two products here, which is CH3COOH and then OH minus divided by CH3COO minus concentration. And Kb value is given in the problem, which is 5.6 10 to the negative 10. This will be given for you. So here X times X, which is X square, and then denominator you have 0.0800 minus X. So after you solve the whole problem, you are you're going to get the X value as 6.7 10 to the negative 6 molar. So X is nothing but your OH minus and then CH3COOH. So this X is nothing but your OH minus ion concentration, 6.7 10 to the negative 6. When you use this OH minus concentration, you can find out the POH value. POH is negative log OH minus ion concentration. So if you plug in the 6.7 in the log, we will get, okay, let me write it here. So you will get 5.17. But our question is asking for pH value. So we use one more equation, pH plus POH is equals to 14. and your pH is going to be 14 minus pOH value, that gives you 8.83. So that will be the pH of the solution at the equivalence point. And you can, we can discuss the next one. Yes. The third problem is going to be after adding 35 milliliters of the base to the acid, weak acid. So the third scenario is 35 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. So here we should see that in our in the B problem we added 25 milliliters of base and it's already at the equivalence point. So now so whatever we add here, the sodium hydroxide after the equivalence point, so that's just the excess OH minus we are adding to the solution. If you remember that curve, the pH curve, like, okay, so this is where your equivalence point is, and after the equivalence point is like we just adding extra OH minus to it, and for that solution we want to find out the pH value, right? So to find out the pH value, so this is like talking about OH minus ions, so we need to first calculate the pOH like we did for the problem B. So how can we find out the pOH for pOH? For this problem, we need to know, if we want to calculate the pOH, we need to know the concentration of OH minus ions. So how can we know the concentration of OH minus? We will know that by looking at these numbers. So for example, you have 35 milliliters of sodium hydroxide, correct? And then this 35 ml is nothing but how many moles? So 0.240 divided by milliliter, and that gives you 8.4. When you multiply these numbers, you get 8.5 millimoles, right? So this 35 milliliters is equal to 8.4 millimoles. And if you remember the acid concentration, acid millimoles was 6 millimoles. So out of this 8.4, 6 will be reacted with the acid, and then the excess is going to be 2.4 millimoles in that flask. So that 22.4 millimoles of OH minus divided by the volume, which is the total volume. You have acid 50 milliliters, and then we are adding 35 milliliters to it. The total volume is 85 milliliters in the flask. So in that total 85 milliliters, if you divide this way, you will find out the concentration of the base, which is OH minus concentration. So that will come up to 0.0280 molar. Now you know the OH minus concentration. You just plug in that number here in this formula pOH. And once you know the pOH value, you know how to calculate the pH. Since pH plus pOH is equals to 14, you just subtract this number from 14. That gives you pH value.